Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. On this session, we are going to see Fabric SQL Server connectivity with PowerApps application. So in year 2022, Microsoft Fabric had released a data platform which is available on SaaS environment where you can create your own lakehouse where you can have option to store your data in Parquet or CSV format which has the large data set, and we have an option of PySpark SQL. We can execute those queries inside there. For real time in operation, you can use Event House where you have a custody to store that information. For a large and complex data operation querying capability, you have a warehouse. And along with that, it also integrated Power BI as a reporting tool inside the Fabric environment. Then, thus, it's conclude that Microsoft Fabric is now available for entire end-to-end data operation available inside this SaaS environment. And now, recently, they have also introduced the SQL Server, which is a transactional database capability available inside the Fabric's environment. So here, in this session, we are going to see how to connect your database, Fabric's SQL Server database with your Power Apps application, how to create a new record from front-end Canvas application to Fabric environment, and how to retrieve database information from Fabric's new record from Fabric's to Canvas application. So let's start it. So here I have already created my Fabric trial environment. You can see this is my trial environment activated for 25 days left. And here, first of all, I need to create a new workspace. So here I have a workspace created. I'm going to click on new item, and here I need to, these are the list of features that are available for Fabric. It shows here I'm use SQL. So this is the SQL database option is there. I'll click on this option and which create a table DB customer. DB customer. Okay, so now click on create. So you can see my table is got created. So as this is on the SaaS platform, so I don't need to do any kind of not able to connect with any SQL Server engine or ID tool within my browser. I can simply create a Fabric environment, create a workspace, and here I can create my own database directly from Fabric's environment. You can see it's a background. It started loading my metadata information, and you can see this DB customer table got created. So this is my schema. Inside schema I have a table. So right now I don't have any tables and views, so it shows blank. So what I'm going to do with this new query option, I'm going to create a new table. So this is my create table queries, or table script is already ready. So let me create this one. So what is my table? This is a table name Fabric customer, where I have a customer ID which is a primary key, first name, last name, and the rest of the other useful information. Let me execute this query. Yeah, you can see this query got executed, and now I can see table. So this is my table along with my all these columns. You can see these are my columns, customer ID. And from indexing section, you can see this new index customer ID got created, which is a primary key for us. So okay, so that thing, the primary things that means completed. Now let's move back to the again in Power Apps. So in Power Apps, with this data option, we can connect your database. So we need to go data, click on add new data, and here we have this premium connector is available. We need to use this SQL Server premium connector. So let me click on the SQL Server and click on new connection. So here you can see we have a multiple options for authentication type. We have a service principal. If you have created your service principal inside your Entra ID, so you can use your client ID, client secrets, and TNet ID. With the help of that, you can connect your Canva SQL Server database to with Power Apps. If you have SQL Server authentication is there, so you can provide username and password of SQL Server and you can connect it. But for this session, I'm going to use this Microsoft Entra ID because I'm my Power Apps environment and Fabric environment both are in my trial environment in the same TNet, which is a coded build. So that's why I'm able to connect with my same Microsoft Entra ID. And also, I already have this Fabric's license free trial available, so I can easily connect with this mode. right? So let me click on connect. So as you can see, this is the option showing it's a premium. So as I'm already using this developer environment, so that's why I can use this premium feature. But for sandbox and production, you need to purchase the license. But for developer, it's free. Okay, now let me go back to the Fabric again to retrieve this server name and database name. So let me copy the server name and paste here. So and here you just need to look closely. So along with that database name, which is a kind of the encrypted thing is there. And here we have a database.fabric.microsoft.com, and then we have this port number 1433. So this port number is very important. Don't skip that port number, otherwise power app is not able to understand under which port this we need to connect this database, right? Then let me click this database name, copy, click on connect, and now you can see I only have one table, so I'm going to use this table to connect, which is a Fabric customer. And now you can see that table is going to connect. And meanwhile, I'll remove this one, which is I already connected. So I'll remove one. Okay. Now you can see this Fabric customer has got connected with my PowerApp screen. So what I'm going to do, so this is my front end. The column name that I have created inside my database, so that table. So those column name I already mapped with my control. So this is my first name, last name, company, my address. On submit button, I'm going to save this information. So here I already write this patch query. So I'll just quickly walk through that patch query here. So what I'm going to do, this is my update context, and update context inside I have a query, and then I have patch function. As we know, patch function we are using for to store and or update a new record. We use patch function. So first of all, I need to provide this database name, table name here. So what table name is Fabric customer. So let me use Fabric customer. So this is my table name, and again I'm using this default function because I wanted to create a new record. So that's why I'm using the default function, which helps me to create a new record. And then I have this first name, last name, email address. These are my column name, which I have already mapped with my PowerApps controls, right? So, and then I'm using this update context to create a variable. And what I'm going to do, whenever I create a new record, that entire new record, I'm going to retrieve inside my local variable. This is which available in update context. And what I'm going to do, I'm again checking here if using with the help of is blank, if my this my variable, and then inside the this my variable I can get all the related columns of that particular row, but I'm using customer id. As we know, this customer id is my, it's nothing but my primary key. So uh, and which is taken care by this Fabric. So whenever I create a new record, this primary key creates a latest customer id for this table. So that's why I'm using the customer key. If customer key is not blank, that means my record is not created. So I print this message. If customer key is bad, so something wrong went wrong on my table, so that record is not created. So that's why I'm saying data is not safe. So let's check quickly our operation is working or not. So this is my, I already entered some information. Click on submit. You can see data is saved. Operation is showing. That's means my data is saved, but data is not showing here. Let's check on the Fabric side. Let me quickly go to the queries, select star from Fabric customer. Let me run this one. Okay, my query is executing, and you can see that record is successfully entered in my table. This is my name, and everything is properly entered. Now let's go back to the PowerApp screen. Here I already added this gallery control, but in gallery control I don't map my table here. So first of all, we need to properly create a connection and map the table. So I'm again going to that screen, and on screen on visible property I am already, I need to create a collection. So here I already create collection here, but data source name has to be provided. So my table name is let me check, Fabric customer. Yeah, Fabric customer. So this is very simple collection that I'm using, and creating a collection and providing whatever the data column is there, it is simply provided. As it is on non-visible state, so I need to just toggle one screen to another screen to load that data. Okay, as you can see, I let me check my collection. Okay, my data is there. You can see all the columns and data is retrieved in my collection. So my collection is ready. Now I need to copy this collection name and go in item property of my table. Yeah, the collection name is there, and you can see record is already there. And since I already mapped my column with my control, this item dot f name, this item dot last name, so that's why the data is showing on each and every column. And this is for email, this item context property of this control, this item dot email, then this item dot address, this item dot uh, yeah, this mobile number. So that mapping is properly done, and you can see that new record is properly showing. Right, let me click on again second record, click on submit. Okay, you can see that new record got saved, but it is not properly showing on my control. So I think I is missing something. I need to again fill the collection that I haven't filled it. Okay, okay, you can see now I am. Let me do that thing here. I already have collection is there. So let me simply just copy this collection. Again, go back to the submit button. Since I'm using same collection, so I'm not going to create a separate collection. I'm still using same collection, which should retrieve the latest information and fill my collection again with the help of clear collect. Okay, now let me add third again. This is third time. Let me click on submit. Okay, now you can see all records along with the latest record. Now it's showing on my collection. So this is how it is very simple to store that information from uh, PowerApps Suite to Fabric's database. So this is how you can do it. So that's it for this session. I'm going to keep creating new videos in PowerApps session. So hope you, if you like this video, please click on like button and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.